Hey there guys, how's it going? It is King Nova Gamer here. I know I haven't done a game in quite some time, but I've had a bit of free time here, so I thought I'd just play through this old classic here. Here we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. This was a very old game for the PS1, and it's probably one of the main reasons why I even started gaming was because of this game right here. I loved it and played through it multiple times, and yeah, it's a pretty damn awesome game. So enough talking, let's get straight into things here. Go to new game. If nobody is actually familiar with this game, it came out in, I think, 1998 over in like the UK or Ireland or whatever. But yeah, it was like probably one of the very first strategic games I've ever played, and I was just blown away by it. So, whoa, that is loud. I don't know why that was happening, but I'll just read through this. This is it. I found it at last. The forbidden treasure of the ancient sorcerers. This here is obviously the evil guy in this storyline. Ha 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 ha. A little bit of a Mandark freaking laugh there. But yeah, as you may or may not be able to tell, this game has a pretty awesome freaking soundtrack, especially for the time it came out. It's probably one of my favourite game soundtracks of all time, honestly. My dear prince, are you going to the city to play cards again? You are of royal blood, walking the city streets dressed as a commoner. Have you no shame? Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed. And honestly, your best option here would probably be to run away from this guy, because he just honestly talks a load of shite. Drat, he's gone. So yeah, here we have like some of the older PS1 graphics. As you can tell, they are like super pristine and just the best graphics of all time. So this is kind of your overworld to start off with in this game. You have the shrine, you have the Pharaoh's palace. That's where we just came from. Obviously we are the Pharaoh, I believe, or the Pharaoh's son or something like that. But yeah, like most games at the time, the protagonists can't really talk, and you have to like just you have like selections to make and stuff like that. People sort of talk for you and whatnot. It's like any other game at the time, basically. We also have the duel grounds, the town plaza, and the card shop. First of all, we'll go to the card shop here, just to explain how this game sort of works. This is, hello there. This is sort of your main screen here where you can save your game. I'm just going to do that now, just for handiness sake. Save complete. And I'm going to go into build deck here. So the decks that you start off within the game are pretty randomized. They're like sort of low level cards, and you get like one or two magic or equipped cards and stuff like that. But basically you are put into this screen at the start of any duel, so you can rearrange your cards and whatnot. Over on this side you have your chest. This is all of your cards that you have obtained via defeating people or buying in the shop or whatever. Currently, as you can see, we have 0 cards in the chest. We just have our deck there on the right hand side with the 40 cards in it. And if you press like start and select and stuff, you can change the order of which these are in and stuff like that. These grayed out ones are all the ones that are already in the deck already. And if you press the right button, it'll take you over to your actual deck. This is your current deck layout that you have, and you can switch out cards with ones in your chest, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit complicated, but once you get into it, it's pretty easy enough. Like, so you have your name of your cards, and to the very right of the name of the cards, you have the attack and defense power of each of that specific card. Sorry. In this game, this was quite an early Yu-Gi-Oh game, so cards didn't really have any effects or any of that stuff. So in this game, you're really just relying on attack and defense, just raw power basically. Since there's no effects to monster cards in this game, there's just magic and trap cards and stuff. To the right of the attack and defense, you have the cards type. As you can see, this curtain of the dark ones, I think it is, has a spellcaster icon. This one here is a warrior, this here is a shadow, and so on and so forth. And then to the right of that, you have your guardian symbols. They don't really mean much yet, but I'll get into them later when we're actually within a duel. But I'm just going to quickly look through my cards here to see what I got. Electric, laser cannon, arm. Oh yes, I've also forgot to mention, if you press triangle, you can actually like look at a card and see what it does. Changes the field. That's not bad. That is only for insect monsters, and yeah, basically tells you how good each card is and whatnot. I'm just quickly looking through this here just to see if I have any good cards. They're not great, but they're not bad either, so I'm gonna get out of this by pressing circle. It'll bring me back to this man here, and I'll just go into something quickly first. Return to title. Yes, this will bring you back to the main area, and what I wanted to show you guys was this free duel. This is basically out of the storyline, and it's where if you defeat someone in the storyline, their icon will show up here, and you can duel them as many times as you want, regardless of whether you win or lose. And it's awesome for grinding and just getting cards and stuff. But if you are not familiar with this game, I suggest you go into this before you duel anybody in the storyline, and go down to the very bottom here, and there's this guy called Duel Master K. Now this guy is pretty unique, as he will at all times have the exact same deck as you. So if you're struggling to find fusions to make and whatnot, this is your guy to duel, because he has your exact deck, and he will be making fusions that you may not even know about, so it's worthwhile to actually duel him. But I know quite a lot of the fusions already, so I'm pretty much grand in that respect. So I am going to leave shop now. I'm going to go to the dueling grounds and get into our first battle here. So let me see now. Up first we have this girl. I've been waiting for you. Jonah was here also a few minutes ago, but he's gone now. How about a duel? Why not? Let's go. Let's play. Hope you're not a sore loser. Oh, don't you worry. And like I said, you're always taken back into this thing to rearrange your deck just before duel starts, so that's good and whatnot, I suppose. And just press circle to get out of this and enter the duel. So in the older sort of games, you both start with 8,000 life points each, and a maximum of 40 cards per deck, and they are made up of monsters, equips and magics. And what you want to do, well in this game anyway, sorta, is get out as many monsters and as high as power as possible. So there's a cheap way to do this. It's just fusion via fusion. There's no real polymerization in this game, so it's all, you just press the up button here and you just do it in the order of basically the most powerful to the least powerful. Look, they just happen to fuse there, luckily. And I get this card right here, Magical Ghost. So I'll end the turn and it'll switch around to her, and so on and so forth. And you need to keep doing this until someone's life points hit 0 or they run out of cards. So I'm just going to keep trying to fuse here just to get cards out of my hands. So like, obviously as you've seen there, I used 3 cards to fuse, and then 3 new cards came into my hand. so it's a good way of getting through your deck to a specific card or whatever. And let me see now, do they go together? I don't think so. I'm just going to send this guy out. Okay, and I need to also explain, see the way his card is turned to the right? That means, or her card, sorry, is turned to the right. That means it is in defense mode. When it's in defense mode, if my attack is higher, the card is destroyed. If its defense is higher than my attack, I take whatever the difference is in damage to my life points. And if the card's destroyed, like right now, there is no difference in life points. There's no difference in attack and defense points taken away from her life points because it was in defense. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around at the start, but once you get used to it, it is pretty second nature, basically. Oh, these are good. These go together and make a good monster. Flower Wolf. Now, you can see there when I'm choosing a card, it'll ask what Guardian sign I want. Basically, each Guardian sign has a strength and a weakness, and if your Guardian sign trumps the enemy's monster, then you gain 500 attack and defense points for that monster temporarily, just while they're battling that specific monster. However, if your monster, or if your Guardian sign is being trumped by their card, let me see if any of them do have a fire one here. No, I do not. And I have no electric either. Oh well, that's unfortunate, but if they trump your card, then they get a 500 point increase in both attack and defense. So yeah, it doesn't really mean too much right now, but later in the game you'll see what I'm talking about. So here you go, there's the winning screen in all its glory, and we won with an A power rank. That is the second best rank you can win with, and as you can see we got 4 stars for our victory and a card called Uguchi. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. But yeah, so I think that might do it for our first part here. I'm gonna leave it there. Ouch, looks like I lost. Well, you did lose. You lost spectacularly. So I'm gonna leave it there and begin this second episode as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.